But anyway, we'll move on. I enjoyed most of the photos that I've seen. I've judged a lot of different things. I judged the Dakota County Fair just a couple months ago, and other camera clubs around the Twin Cities and stuff. So I really enjoy it. And the only thing I wish is when I was not your age, but when I was younger, I wish they had camera clubs because they didn't. I mean, some of these camera clubs around here say they're 80 years old or whatever, but okay, let's get started. Enough talking. Oops, hang on, I got my sheet over here though. Sorry about that. Well, don't get too dark on me. I'm getting cataract surgery tomorrow, so yeah, honestly. There, that's good. Um, he's he's playing with me. Yeah, I know. I should. Now I can't see anything. Still can't anyway. Can you go just a little brighter for me? Yeah. That's fine. Okay, so I give the score number and
description, why you liked it, and what they can improve, and then the score.
okay. Okay. I gave it a score of 8, and most of the shots I was pretty impressed with for sharpness and clarity. I was talking to Mark the other day on the phone and the other night, and I look at stuff on very big monitors, and the problem that I had, and it's because of, we're trying to email stuff back and forth, is that I would recommend jacking up the resolution when you save it. I'm sure you guys are told to do it a certain resolution, but the trouble with it is if there was a photograph and I couldn't quite tell what it is when I pump it up, it would just turn to noise or to pixels. So it didn't help me to blow it up because I couldn't see the detail. It started to fall apart. I know it wasn't that way, but you gotta knock them down for that.
Some time here. The library closes at 8.
Okay, I don't even know what time it is. Oh, geez, okay. So anyway, I gave it an 8. I think the only way I would better this is maybe try to get it out of the center. I'm a big dead center person, so try to move it out of there. Okay, next one. Yeah, this one is really nice. Let's see, I gave this a 7. I might have myself maybe showed more of the darkness and less of the light side, or maybe tried to get some more detail out of the dark side. It's a very strong image vertically, and overall, I liked it. I just wish that the other side could have had a little bit more. I know it's fog or whatever, but could have been a little bit darker because, like Mark was saying, your eyes are always pulled to the brightest thing in a picture. Okay, next. This one I liked very well. I gave it a 10. I just made sure this is one that I blew up and I couldn't quite tell because when you take a big image, you're close up of a bird, you can tell if it's sharp, but when you're photographing, how many miles, it's hard to blow it up because, there might only be 300 pixels in one of those mountains, so you don't have much to work with. Anyway, I really liked it. I checked to make sure that the water was the image that it was reflecting and stuff. And I thought it was a nice color, it was good exposure. The person exposed for the highlights and kept the shadows. So I thought it was really, really well done and framed in nice. Next. This one, let's see here. Moss Trail. Yeah. I gave this one a 10, and actually this was kind of one of my more favorite ones. I love the lead line going in to take you into the picture from the bottom. I thought the exposure was excellent. The color is very good. I like the little backlighting on it. And when I I don't judge anything until I go through and look at every picture, just till I get this feel of it. But when this one popped up, I thought it was a very nice shot and I gave it a 10. Next. Great horned owl. I gave this one a 7. Here again, I think I would have moved it out of the center somehow. Now, I always tell people I really like the shot. I know I got a friend of mine that photographs owls and that they're not easy. But so it's hard to even find them in the first place, but as he tells me. But maybe I would have maybe burnt down the background a little bit. I don't know how much manipulation you guys are allowed to do, but I would have moved it down lower in the picture and put more trees above it. But I think the only way I'd do is try to stay out of the center. Okay, next. Yeah, this is very sharp, very good, very technical. I'm a technician being a commercial photographer, so I shot a lot of 4x5 and 8x10 sheet film in my day. So I looked at this picture and I've tried stuff like this and it's very good. It's not, and it tells a story, It's like one's yelling about they're not getting the food, so I really like that one. I gave that a 9. Okay, the next one. Black swallowtail. I probably would have taken there again. I would have taken the flower or this black swallowtail and moved it to the right a little bit because it's facing to the left. And I'm always big on that as with boats, cars, anything. Sometimes we work so hard to pull in closeness on things. We get close and it's like, okay, I can get it even closer, but it doesn't give all the breathing room around it to tell the picture. So I would say, if this was off to the right a little bit, sometimes I can crop, but I can't crop in this one with the screen. But yeah, I thought it was very nice. And I used to catch those when I was a kid. So, okay. And then swan. I gave this one a 9. This one has a little room to fly into, so I really like that. I don't know what you're allowed. Let me see what it looks like on here. Oh, that's yeah. It's really hard. I don't know if any of you guys calibrate your monitors or anything, but I got a whole seminar on that and trying to figure out what's real and what's not. But yeah, the swans was a 9. Very nice shot. Very hard to capture them in motion like that. And I really enjoyed it. I'd probably maybe put a little bit more color into it, saturation, a little bit more contrast, but overall, I thought it was a very nice shot and hard to do. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one amazed me. I blew this up to make sure it was sharp, and it was. The background doesn't say a whole lot, but I mean, you're just following this thing, in a bead, and hope like hell one of the times it jumps you, you get a sharp picture of it. So I gave this one an 8. I enjoyed it, and there again, I think I would have put a little bit, brought down the background a little bit, but overall, and it's got plenty of room the jackrabbit has to run into. So I always look for that. Okay, next. Okay, Kingfisher. I learned some names about birds doing this. In the wintertime, I'm leaving in about 2 weeks. I go to the Everglades. I live about a mile from the Everglades in Naples. And so I go out and photograph down there a lot. I'm about 80, 90% retired. I gave this one a 7. It seemed to appear to be pretty sharp overall. I think what I would have done, kind of like what you were talking about in one of your shots, maybe you could have moved to the left or right and got rid of that tree going through the back, right through the image like that. Always easier said than done, but that's what I would do to make it better. But I thought it was a nice quality shot and maybe give a little more room out in front of it. Okay. Yeah, I thought this was a great shot. This shot has a lot of character. It tells a lot of, there's a lot of story behind it. It kind of captures you. Um, First I thought maybe it's stuffed, but well, I don't know. Is it stuffed or no? But no, it's a very neat shot, and it's like you used to say in the journalism thing, you captured a moment in time. You captured something where second earlier, second later, he wouldn't have had the shot probably. Kind of like Mark was saying. So anyway, yeah, I gave this one a 10. I enjoyed it very much. It was humorous to me. So I really liked it. Okay, next one. Egrets. So I just found out in Florida, when you see a bunch of egrets, that means there's redfish in the water. Um, but yeah, this is a very nice shot. Again, I maybe give it a little bit more room above it, but the color is excellent. The detail in the whites, I always look for that, to keep detail in your whites. So, and with the blue eggs in there and stuff like that, I maybe just give it a little bit more room to breathe, and it would probably, I'll be a better shot yet. Okay. I mean, I gave it a 10, but next. Um, this is $3. Until I read the title, I thought it was only two of them, but I'm not a hunter. But this is a nice shot. It's, and Mother Nature does that. The only unfortunate part is that they blend a lot in with the background. And so I don't know if there's anything that could be done to change that, but does anybody in here use fill flash in their things? Are you allowed to do that, or like in flower shots and stuff? Or no? Can you? Yeah. At the end, I'm going to ask you one question. Okay, then we go to the next one. The encounters. Okay, I really like this shot. Um, and I can't do it here, but maybe I can. What I thought it'd be, there's so much negative space up here. I thought if you could crop it right along there and almost make it a square or horizontal, I think it'd bring more attention to the birds. So, they are jumping, they are up in the air, but I just thought it's kind of a shot of the birds, and we have maybe more negative space than we need. But I thought it was a great shot. I would just crop it a little differently. Okay. Oh, score. Let's see. It was a 2. No, it was a 7. Okay. You guys don't know what car I'm driving, so I'm safe. Triplets, I thought this was really nice. It's a nice clean shot. The color is beautiful in it. And, I like the little baby sitting up there on the back. I've seen a lot of shots of loons, but this is kind of one of the better ones I've seen. I gave that a 10. And the color was good. It's got good color, good tunnel range, and no distraction in the back. So, okay. Yeah, I thought I gave this one a 9. Um, I thought this was a very nice shot. I looked at it for a while trying to figure out where, it's the water and the sky. But I do like one thing, this is what I preach all the time, is that we do have more of a 2/3, 1/3 horizon. I don't like pictures that are cut right through the middle of them. It just, let's pick one, bottom or top, or do something with it. So, but the color is excellent. Um, Mother Nature sometimes gives you a gift, and this is a really nice shot. Okay. I thought he said that one. Let's see, what's that one? 9, yeah. This one's 2143. Is that? Oh, here we go. Gave this one a 7. It was wildlife. There again, the bird's right in the middle. He's looking back. you know, the eagle's looking back, but I think I would have maybe placed it a little bit more to the right side of the picture since the bird's head's turned that direction. I would give them some room to look into. But technically, it's done well. The color's good. And, you know, some things like the background and stuff, it's knocked out of focus. It's about as good as you can do, you know. Okay. Yeah, this is the Milky Way. I gave this a 9. I looked at this quite a bit. It probably does it more justice up there than even when I had it on my big screen because I just noticed that it had more impact as you blew it up because, you know, that's the problem when you take something, you know, this Milky Way could be you're photographing a couple miles or 3 miles or something. So it's hard to get that information out of there, you know, and put it on, you go from a couple miles to a couple feet, you know, where you do a close-up of something, it's all there. But no, this is a very nice shot. I do like, I'm a big thing on diagonals. You know, I don't like things going straight up and down. Like if there's a branch in the picture, I like it coming out of the corner. I always think that makes it more interesting. But yeah, this is a very nice shot. Did I give the score, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Then okay, we'll go to the next one. Yeah, this had character. I laughed when I saw this. I gave this one a 9. Um, there's really not much wrong with it. You know, the way the head's twisted on that one, that bird. I sometimes go out and photograph the cranes in Nebraska or wherever it is. And but yeah, this is a great shot. Here again, you know, maybe what might draw more interest in that one looking up in the air is to maybe come and crop down in here more. You don't need that much water. So I'd remove that and I'd give it upstairs. And I think it would make the photo stronger. And, you know, even in our professional competitions and stuff like that, a lot of times people go to a show, they get it critiqued, they come back 6 months later, they give and take what the judge said about it, and then they redo it and it scores higher. I'm not saying you'll do that with me, but but I enjoyed most of these overall. I think you're a pretty good group of photographers because I've judged a lot of things in my day. Okay, Mark, next one. The canoe. That's 23.99. Yeah, I gave this a 10. It was very nice. I really thought it was the exposure. I don't know if they're dodged or burned. If it was done very well. But you know, it's not very often that you can hold a sky like that and keep all this detail in the shadow area, you know, and still keep the sun in there. So, and this, you know, you get these lead lines, the reflections and the water looking up in there. It kind of takes you right down that little canal there, or whatever it is. So I thought that was a very nice shot, and it's good choice of, you know, shooting into the sun and backlighting. So I gave that a 10, if I didn't say that. Next one. I gave this one a 7. I would like to see a little more color in this. You know, maybe a little bit more saturated and maybe burn the background down a little bit. It's always hard to get an image to pop off the background, you know, and if you got and with nature, a lot of times, like I saw, there's a bird shot coming up, I think, you know, when you got a bird that's beige and white and stuff like that, and then you're photographing it against dead trees and brown and stuff, it's like, what the hell do you do? You know, it's like they're both the same color, you know. So sometimes you can try to burn down or select the image a little bit and put in a couple layers behind it. But I gave this one a 7. Okay, the next one. I really like this shot a lot. It's a great portrait. of a big horned sheep. And I think it's all there. This one I got a 9. There again, I might just give it a little bit. I mean, you got the horns in there, stuff like that. I'd maybe throw out a little bit of space even more and maybe down a little bit because they're kind of looking down. Give them some space because, like I said, car shots and animals and stuff like that, you always kind of, first years I was in competition, they go, you're cropping too tight. You're in too tight, and you don't give the image any room to breathe, if that makes sense. So, always look at that side of it when you're cropping. Okay. 2702. Yep. Okay. I gave this one an 8. I thought it was very well done. I don't know how they did it, but it says panning, but I thought as an artistic thing, it'd be interesting to take something like this and, print it on canvas or something. I think it'd be kind of since it lends itself to, a photographic art type thing. So, yeah. So I think that would be really nice. And color, I like that these, whether purpose or otherwise, I like that on the left-hand side of the picture, the trees are more, they're bigger over there than the rest of them. And everybody knows here in America, we read top to bottom, left to right. So just don't get caught flipping an image like I did. Okay, so then the next one, Mark. Yeah, this was, here's one that was kind of talking about. This is a great shot. I mean, it's very sharp, caught that moment in time, and it's 2749, and we're in the, oh, there it is. Okay, last image. I gave that a 10. There again, it's very sharp, and you can see the background doesn't help the image. I mean, it's the only thing that helps this image is that it's sharp and the background's knocked out. So it does outline the image. But I know shots like this are hard to come by. They're, easier for somebody to look at it. But if you go out and try to shoot it, you might shoot 100 to get this one. So thank God there's not film anymore. But yeah, that's the last one. I think it should be. What time is it? Is it?
41. So
Oh,
we reveal the photographers for the 8s, 9s, and 10s. So,
oh,
thank,
okay. Okay.
thank you, Dan.
Yep. You guys are just clapping for my academy. Send me a little booster, will you? Never had one done. Tell me
All
how
right.
sharper pictures.
All right, we'll start off with the 8s. Michael Sweet, yellow-throated warbler. Rosin Long, black swallowtail. Michael Grenier, white-tailed jackrabbit. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I get that wrong every single time, Griner. Alan Schultz, a fancy fall colors pan. For the 9s, we got Carl Feigenschuh, red-legged honey creepers food fight. Ron Lahr, swan. Mark Ye, Rock Harbor, Orleans, Massachusetts. Carl Feigenschuh, Milky Way over Little Two Harbors. Rosin Long, overly dramatic pelicans. D. Honeysett Bighorn Sheep Portrait. For the tens, Eric Gustafson, Moraine Lake, Banff National Park. Mark Ye, Hall of Mosses Trail. Alan Schultz, Black-browed Albatross Chick. Don Speck, Great Egret Turning Eggs. Eric Gustafson, Triplets. Ron Lahr, BWCA Sunset. Don Speck, Yellow Legs Hunting for Food. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. Next month is here, right, Rosalind? No, it's at Southdale? Okay, all right, just remember that. All right, thank you, everyone. One thing about sun pictures.